Jumping into our next series and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of GoldenEye, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Cloud9. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. WPG. Hello, Mr. SCV. As GuMiho is sending his first SCV across the map. I imagine just going for an eBay bluff, but never mind, we are hiding intentionally towards the left-hand side, going for the proxy Rax, as Rax was not thrown down back at home, so a bit of a spicier start here from GuMiho, going for the proxy. herO, meanwhile, going for a standard opener, and is going to be checking with his probe. I believe he's rallied towards the left-hand side. I did see that earlier. No, never mind. Okay. Not quite rallied. We're going to be heading out across the map, going for the probe scouts. Meanwhile, the Rax is soon to finish. GuMiho going for the double gas opener. I don't think we have room for a tech lab here. I think it's just going to be Reaper. Just going to be Reaper into a bunker on the low ground, I imagine. More of a standard one Rax proxy. Probe moves out across the map. Probe will confirm that the Rax is missing, and we can see that, of course, we have that Reaper on the way, and the SCV is actually turning back around. Interesting. So usually you would use this SCV to try to get behind the mineral line or into the mineral line to throw down a bunker to delay mining, to help support this Reaper, but instead we're turning back around. Okay, so a little bit less committed. Factory's on the way. herO does confirm. From the factory, Reaper moving out. And we are going to be settling in back at home as the Rax is floating back. Reaper dips in. Boys are being pulled. Stalker is on the way, and how many probe kills can we get? Up! Almost get this round. One probe goes down. We get one, and we get a second probe as well. Very nicely done here by GuMiho. Here, he took a risk. He pulled a lot of workers. 2 probe kills and lost mining time. Pretty worthwhile here for GuMiho. Very nice damage. As we have yet to invest into our tech. GuMiho going for the CC on the high ground. herO does confirm. He now knows it's not a one base all in. And he also confirms the starport follow-up. So no additional second and third racks. A more standard follow-up here from GuMiho. So Rax is floating back home, and we're calming things down. Meanwhile, when it comes to our take of choice, it's going to be a Robo opener. Okay, this has been a lot more popular amongst the Korean Protosses. I haven't seen too many of the European Protosses go Robo in PvT, as often as Twilight Council and Stargate. But with this Robo opener, it's just very safe way to play. It can give you an early Immortal early on. It can allow you to be aggressive with a Warp Prism. It can lead into a fast Bay, into fast Colossus production. The downside is that we are a little bit less active compared to Blink Stalkers and Phoenixes. It means we can't be as aggressive as we otherwise would like to be with other openers. Just a lot more safer. A lot more safer here for herO. I don't blame him. Against GuMiho, I feel like safe play is warranted. Oh, as we are not going for the fast Bay, we're going for the Forge and a Twilight Council. So yeah, just prioritizing the Robo into an Observer. Hallucination is moving out. herO a lot more concerned about scouting than anything. Scouting and map vision. So just slip in. We get eyes on the production. We confirm it's not mech. Drop into the main. And it's only the one Widow Mine. We do pull in time and... Oh no! Oh, we did misjudge. 2 probes go down. Phew, that could have been so much worse. 2 probes and 1 mine. Good damage there by GuMiho. He also gets eyes on everything in the main base, the Twilight Council and the Forge and the Robo. Now, what I mean by mech is, if you were watching a couple of weeks ago, GuMiho did play in Stars War 11, did play against Showtime, and GuMiho did play mech in that TvP, and he actually beat Showtime with mech as well. That's how unorthodox GuMiho is. I don't want to pull that off as being like, oh no, yeah, we see mech all the time. No, it's GuMiho. And Maru as well. Maru did it as well that weekend. Thankfully, this time it's going to be Bio, and herO, of course, confirmed that. Blackbear's catching up, almost catching the medevac. Bearing in mind that herO did skip Blink, is going to charge, +1. Those safety immortals as well. Meanwhile, GuMiho back at home, getting into his own Bio play, his Bio tank. As Stim is almost done, and we are moving out. Now, the Observer, I believe, yeah, did spot the move out. herO is aware. As the army moves out, herO is moving in. We're going straight for the main base. With those charge lots, or currently slow lots. Can we deny Stim? No shot! Stim! It's going to be denied. We get a full surround. It's going to be shut down. Massive pickoff, which means this push is with Vanilla Marines. Still terrifying. Still breaking through. Oh my god. Still breaks through, gets on the shield battery at the same time across the map. SCVs are going down. That's 16 SCV kills. Oh my god. 21 SCVs go down. We have the one immortal back at home to defend. We can lose the third. We can afford to lose the third base. herO just has to slow things down. He has crippled the economy. He's going for the dive. Overcharge is popped. Oof. But he cannot break through. Yeah, the overcharge a little bit too far back. The Nexus is going to fall. herO just waiting for reinforcements, waiting for another warping of Zealots. Now we're diving in. Big tank shots going off. The first tank goes down. herO will clean this up. Now, GuMiho did get a base, but again, he's down to 24 SCVs. And he has no Stim. Wait, has he rebuilt it? He rebuilt the tech lab, but has not restarted Stim yet. You could argue that if Stim wasn't sniped, GuMiho would have killed this base and probably could have kept going. Probably could have actually pushed into the natural as well, and may have ended the game. If herO was unsuccessful. But last herO holds on. Does hold. Observer does check as well, confirming that we're still on 2 bases, that we've built up an army. Stim is being rebuilt as we speak. And herO is actually the one moving out. Now, I believe herO should only be moving out to contain. I don't think herO intends to commit. We may just expand. Yeah, we're just expanding behind this. Liberators into the main. herO does rush in with his Zealots. Bit of an overextension. Don't think that was intentional. But herO can try to snipe those tanks. For a moment, I was like, can he snipe Stim again? It's crazy. He's being zoned away. As we dive on the prison, we dive on the Immortals. herO not paying attention, was focused elsewhere. Was focusing on his defense back at home, and he does drop the ball. GG gets called. The Immortals go down, and GuMiho takes game 1. Oh my god. GG. That was such a clutch initial defense by herO, but oh my god. To bleed out your Immortals like that, what does that mean? That means that when Stim kicks in, GuMiho pushes. And what does herO have to defend? He just lost 2 Immortals and a Prism. GG. GG, well played. An abrupt end to that game, but a brutal loss there for herO. And with that, we're getting into game number 2. GuMiho takes the lead in the series. It was a very, very wild game, very intense. GuMiho takes the lead, and now the pressure is on herO to bounce back. And what is it with today? What is it with the... I mean, this is why I love casting some Korean StarCraft. You know what? They're not afraid. They have no fear. Once again, Dynasty. I'm casting more Dynasty tonight than I have, like, in the past, like, 2 months of StarCraft. It's crazy. Oh my god. Give us more Dynasty. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Dynasty, we have our South Korean Terran player. The blue Terran representing Cloud9, leading the series 1-0. 1 game away from making it to the grand finals. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. Catching him. Korean StarCraft League is GSL, right? No, the Korean StarCraft League is the Korean StarCraft League. GSL is the Global StarCraft League. So they are two different events, just as a heads up. I believe GSL is also ongoing over on, or may have already concluded. I believe they stream that on YouTube. If you're curious. Who's gonna have the balls to bunker herO? Do you really want to deal with the consequences? True. Just catching up. Just catching up. As herO is going to be walling up here at the Reaper Cliff. Again, we should mention the map as well. Talk about Dynasty. There's a pocket gold base, but in this matchup, it is unwise to take it, at least as the Protoss player. So herO is taking the natural. He is avoiding the gold for at least a little bit longer. He might take this as a third or most likely a fourth base later on down the line on the right-hand side. herO does take the standard base. Meanwhile, GuMiho going for the gold. We saw this earlier. If you remember, we casted GuMiho versus Classic on this very map. And if you remember, I recommend watching the VODs. It was a wild game. Classic scouted this and he responded with Proxy Void Ray. With mixed success. I say mixed success to be nice. It fell on its face. GuMiho shut it down. The Proxy Void Ray was an interesting response, but did not quite have a lot of success. I'm curious what herO does instead, as he does confirm the gold. herO does confirm the gold base. Is aware once again going for a Robo Opener. I mentioned this before, but Robo Openers have been quite trendy amongst the Korean Protosses. Is a safe way to play. But I imagine this time, okay, so if you remember last game, herO went Robo first into an Observer, into Detection, into later on a Zealot drop. This could be for a Prism first for Adept Harass across the map. I wouldn't be opposed to that. We shall see. As additional gateways are on the way, GuMiho wasn't quite able to confirm whether it was Blink, Stargate, or Robo. GuMiho is in the dark. And show us our unit of choice. What do we start with? What do we begin with here? Do we go for the Observer, the Prism, or the Immortal? And there's the Prism! Yeah, I do appreciate this. So this is a really nice way to try to punish the goal base. Just because initially with regular units, sure you can deny mining time, but with the Prism you can hop over the wall and actually kill the SCVs. Adepts are rallying across the map. Hellions do manage to catch them. So they do trade with those Adepts, chipping away the HP. SCVs are forced away. Again, we deny mining time, but it's about more than that as the Prism is making its way across the map. Back at home, we're getting into our 1-1-1. Cyclones have been spawned in. Maneuvering around. They could try to snipe the Prism as well. There is potential. Could go for the Prism. The army is out on the map. Meanwhile, herO going straight for the natural. And how many gates do we have? 3. We can warp in 3 units at a time. The wall is going to be knocked down and we can reinforce. There we go, 3 more Stalkers on the way. We're knocking down the front door, and GuMiho is across the map. We're going for a base trade. A kind of wild base trade this early on. We came with a production. Deepers are going down. Oh, Stalker recalled over the wall, but I believe it did fall. Tank is on the way. Boys are being pulled. Can we save the tank? Tank comes in, and it's being focused down. Yeah, there's no repairs, no saving the tank. The Prism is shut down. And with that, we should be able to defend. We should be able to clean this up at the same time across the map. GuMiho busting into the natural. Yeah, solid juggling here by GuMiho. Saving the Cyclones. Probes are going down. Across the map, we got 13 SCV kills. Chaos everywhere. But GuMiho, he's busting in. The probes are lighting up. Oh my god. That's GuMiho. He shuts down the Stalkers. Across the map, we still have Adepts in the main. GuMiho also busting into the main base. Reinforcing Stalkers on the way. So many workers going down on both sides. Nice juggling here from GuMiho. Shuts down another Stalker. And another. That final Stalker is so low. Once again, it gets shut down. Oh my god, and is this it? Is this too much? We have one Stalker left. I mean, everything's within one-shot range. the counter juggling. Let's go. The one Stalker cleans up the drop. Heading into the natural. And we are down to 10 probes. 10 probes left for herO. He's got 10 probes, 1 Stalker, 3 Adepts, and a Dream. We got more Adepts on the way. And what do we have across the map? Okay, we have 1 tank in the main. We have Cyclone production. Ooh, we are lacking add-ons here at the natural, so making 1 Marine at a time. Very little to work with. We do have 1 base saturation. We do have a better economy, but our production is lacking. Again, we're lacking add-ons, we're lacking Raxes. We are supply blocked. Now is not the time. Massive supply block here for GuMiho, and we're coming in. Adepts, they do take a big volley to the face. Now, can we get on top of that tank? We're committing to the shade. Boys are being pulled. The tanks have some big shots here on the Zealots. But we're getting on top of it. The tank is going to go down. Repair is not in time. The tank falls, and now it's down to 1 Cyclone. 1 Cyclone left. So many SCVs going down. We go for a big warping of Zealots. These are slow lots. Can we micro? Can we... the Stalker. The Stalker comes in. The Cyclone goes down. The repair is not in time. GG gets called, and herO ties us up. The hell did we just watch? GG. GG, well played. herO does tie us up 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Oh my god. GG. We're going all the way to game number 3 here again. herO, he went down to 10 workers. He barely had anything to work with, but GuMiho was supply blocked. And GuMiho, he was supply blocked, so he couldn't actually produce anything from his starport. He had limited production to begin with as well. He had potential. If the game went on longer, GuMiho most likely wins. If the game goes on any longer, GuMiho, he stabilizes. He's on 2 bases, 2 CCs, 2 orbitals. He would be able to recover and take the game from there. herO was completely all in. And with that, we're going to game 3. Let's go. Let us go. Oh my god. It comes down to this. It comes down to Amphion. A game of StarCraft. Truly a game on Dynasty. True. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Weibo Gaming, tying up the series and forcing the ace match. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Cloud9. It is GuMiho. Here we go. There we go. It all comes down to this, the final game of the series. One way or another, the series will end. And Amphion is another interesting one. Now, because we're loading into Amphion, Blink Stalker play is very uncommon. And, I mean, to be fair, herO has been opening up Robo every game so far in this series. So it could be another Robo opener. It could be a Stargate opener. Stargate play is quite common here on Amphion. The reason for this is because of the terrain. You can't blink. You can't blink into the main base. It's not possible. You can blink here into the natural, but to blink into the natural, it's a very narrow choke point here, or you'd have to come in from the left-hand side, which also, it's a bit of an awkward road to get here, mining through minerals, breaking down rocks. So because of that, usually we see either a Robo or a Stargate from the side of Protoss. Because of that, because Blink Stalker play is a little bit less common, GuMiho can use that to his advantage. Oh. As he opens up with a single gas geyser, but he opens up racks into factory. Usually we see more economic openers here, but GuMiho is playing things a little bit differently, a little bit safer. Pylon does block off the Reaper Cliff. Reactor on the way. This is a pretty big delay on the CC. But GuMiho should soon be expanding. We're setting our first Marine across the map. Oh, just a scout for proxies. Yeah, as we go onto low ground, we are expanding. But I'm quite curious to see how GuMiho pieces this all together. So we go for the adults of not going for Reacted Reaper. Okay. Interesting. Go for the adults of instead. Going for Reacted Hellion. And we'll see if this leads into a starport into a Hellion drop. We'll lean towards that. First Zealot has arrived. Chasing down that Marine. Meanwhile, behind this, we do have a Twilight Council. Okay, it is going to be a Blink-based opener. I mean, there's a chance that it's charged. Oh, as the Stalker has arrived, we focus down the SCV already delaying the CC. Cyclones are on the way. Yeah, the Hellions, they can't quite engage. They do go for a counterattack. GuMiho, his CC was already late and now even more delayed. Boys are being pulled. Forced to repair. Cyclones are about to spawn in. Same time, Hellions going for a big counterattack. Headed across the map. Going for the mineral line. Blink is on the way. So not going for something crazy like DTs or charge. Probes are being knocked down. So Cyclones do survive. Just a really shaky start here. Just a really messy start in general. Getting 4 probes. Not bad. Oh, can we get one more? We can. 5, 6 probes go down. Very worthwhile here for GuMiho. On top of that, GuMiho confirms. He gets eyes on the tech structure of choice. He does spot the upgrading Twilight Council. He's aware. Robo's on the way. And GuMiho is responding with a 1-1-1. And should be prioritizing tank production. There we go. With the tech lab, tanks are on the way. Tanks are ideal against blink-heavy compositions. Or blink openers. And I'm curious how many gateways we see. Like, I'm leaning towards something more passive or more defensive, like 2-gate blink or 3-gate blink into a third. But it's herO we're talking about. Like, he always wants to be in his opponent's face as quickly as possible. So we'll see. We'll see how it all comes together. Bunker on the low ground. Tank is amassing. Blink about to finish up. Still only 1 gate, by the way. That's what I'm most curious about. 1 gate blink. That's not something you ever see. Wait, what? Wait, what? 1 gate blink into a bay, into Colossus production. Into a third? Off of 1 gateway? This feels illegal. This is crazy. Okay. I mean, it's been a really shaky start. Because of the early game, like, GuMiho, he's stuck defending, right? Like, he scouted the tech earlier, so he's defending against Blink Stalkers. He's building up tanks, his CC was delayed, so he's turtling up back at home. herO now going for his 2nd gateway. But this is, yes, so bold of him. He has high ground vision, blinking into the natural. Can attempt to. Yeah, doesn't go for it. Pulls back. First Colossus on the way. Hellions diving into the natural, catching a probe. Nothing major. But GuMiho does confirm that there's still no 3rd base, and we should be seeing one soon. Yeah, there we go. 3rd now on the way. But this was a wild start. herO dipping into the natural. Trying to pick off an SCV if at all possible. Ah, never mind. herO forced out. But yeah, this is interesting. So we have the blink opener, and it did force a reaction, right? It forced out a bunch of tanks. We scan into the bases. Very important scan here. We confirm that Colossus production is already underway. We already have 1 Colossus at least. So GuMiho is now knows what's been going on. I'm sure he was wondering, where's the 3rd base? Why is it so late? Now he understands. Ooh, been catching another observer. Nicely done by GuMiho. Back at home, 3rd CC's on the way. Raven should be able to get out. Oh, it's gonna be close. Just barely get back home. And the game will settle from here. We're gonna calm things down. herO has kind of some catching up to do. The Forge is a little bit late, so we're getting into our Forge, getting into our 3-base economy. Macroing up. herO kind of down in economy at the moment. Likewise, GuMiho also working his own third. Looks like he's going to be expanding on the left-hand side. The question becomes, is GuMiho going to push? As we have Stim. Stim is finishing up. We have the combat shields, 1-1. It's all on the horizon here. This is a strong timing for GuMiho, and his move out is spotted by the Stalker. So nice positioning by herO. Does spot the army. He rotates over towards his natural. He has 3 Colossus in position. And here comes GuMiho. The other side of the wall. Takes down a pylon. Can drop over. herO is ready. herO doesn't want to push into this. He wants to fight out of range of the tanks. So we have to be careful. Doesn't want to get baited in. At the same time, going for a big counterattack. Back at home, there is a bunker, but no tanks. And GuMiho pulls back. Okay, never mind. Catches a pylon and then does race back home. Just really safe play here by GuMiho. If there was a gateway or any tech here, it would have gone down. Thankfully, only the pylon. GuMiho settling in. Immortals on the way for herO. Scan reveals the saturation at the third, but also the lack of gases for the time being. As herO is staying on a lower gas count, taking a 4th base. Means herO is playing with a more gateway-heavy, gateway-centric composition. He's not going for like a second robo into disruptors. We can see it's going to be into charge and storm. Mainly charge lots and storm. And Colossus, of course. herO just building up. GuMiho establishing his third. And GuMiho, when it comes to his 4th base, he can even just take the center hybrid base. Like, we can just expand towards our opponent. It's typically how Terrans do expand here on Amphion. As herO has not mined through these minerals or broken down these rocks. So he won't be able to really get off any Zealot run-bys. Not easily. So GuMiho is finally pushing out. Moving out on the right-hand side. Is spotted by the Zealots. herO does confirm. herO's ready for this. Storm finishing up in 3 seconds. Tanks do siege. Big disables here on the Colossus, but herO backs off. Yeah, the disable's a little bit too preemptive there, a little bit too soon from GuMiho. herO rotates around and GuMiho has to get the hell out of here. Ooh, we snipe a tank. Oh! Yeah, barely. Tank goes down. Storm going off in the bio. And we can keep pushing. GuMiho, he gets caught out. Every tank going to be going down. Yeah, the tanks do fall. We have another storm. Barely not. But that was not the fight that GuMiho wanted. Does have to race back. The mine shot. Oh! Mine shot gets baited out. And falling back, there are 0 tanks on the high ground. There's 1 bunker a little bit further back. We have Ghost for EMP. The Raven does have some energy, has a disable. But GuMiho is in trouble. And herO is looking to commit. He's warping in as much as he can. Decent EMP on the Colossus, but there's only 2 Vikings. Yeah, not enough in the air. We disable the Prism. Interesting choice. We'll deny any more warp-ins. But the disable is about to run out. And here we go, warping it right into the natural. And herO is snowballing out of control again. It was an insane fight he took earlier in the center of the map. Vikings are coming in, but there's still only 2 Vikings. The juggling coming in. The Vikings get shut down, and herO is overwhelming. GG gets called. herO takes the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to herO. Again, it was a very tense moment for both players. I do think that GuMiho was doing a good job at successfully expanding, taking his third. He could have taken a fourth base as well. It was just really rough getting caught in the center of the map. We saw that GuMiho was initially being the aggressor. He was being active, but he didn't, like, the positioning wasn't too good, so which is why GuMiho backed off. He wasted his disables early on, if you remember. So the disables, they were wasted, they ran out, and then herO went for the dive. GuMiho was trying to escape, he was trying to get out of there. He was forced to siege, and it was just a really awkward position, and GuMiho lost almost everything there in the center of the map, and things very quickly escalated out of control. GG, well played. With that, congratulations. herO advances on, which means we have our grand finals. If you missed out earlier, we covered the other semifinals between Dark and Byun, which means it can be only one thing. Up next, a best of 5 between herO and Dark. Let's go.